Hello, I'm Rajinder Hans and this is PrimeNewsTVSarawak.com. Today's headlines: CM, separation calls absurd. In a speech commemorating Malaysia Day celebration, Chief Minister Datuk Patinggi Tan Sri Adnan Satem said that those who call for the separation of Sarawak and Sabah from Malaysia as foolish. He added that 30,000 to 40,000 at Miri City Fan present for the celebration proves that people are proud to be Malaysians. Chief Minister paid tribute to the Yang di-Pertuan Negeri Tun Pehin Sri Abdul Taib Mahmud as a member of the pioneering team who played a vital role in the formation of Malaysia. Also present at the function were Prime Minister Datuk Sri Najib Razak, Deputy Prime Minister Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin, Deputy Chief Minister of Sabah Datuk Sri Panglima Joseph Pairin Kitingan, and Federal and State Cabinet Ministers from Putrajaya, Sabah and Sarawak. Datuk Sri Rohani Abdul Karim, Minister of Women, Family and Community Development, looks forward to set up caring complex in every state. She said that caring complex is a concept where we will gather the various activity centres such as senior citizen activity centres, children activity centres, nurseries and transit in one place, hence acting as her ministry's eyes and ears as well. So far, only Sri Aman has caring complex, where all departments, agencies and activity centres including senior citizen activity centres, nurseries and clinic are located. Sibu Municipal Council Deputy Chairman Datuk Andrew Wong said that Malaysia needs the younger generation to build its future since the young are the bridge for the past and future. Wong pointed out that if any group stopped listening to its young or discouraging them from having dreams, then the nation's vision of a better future would die. Thus, he added, it would be the role of young adults to challenge the present structures, systems and values with the objective of building a better tomorrow. He urged young adults to dream their dreams and speak forth their visions for the good of all. Moving on to regional news. Deputy Prime Minister Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin stressed that BN should not be blamed for the bringing development in Kelantan, as it is the state government's responsibility to do so. He indicated that even the Tumpat parliamentary constituency, under which Pengkalan Kubur falls, was represented by PAS. The state government and MPs should play a lead role when it came to development, as Barisan was in the opposition in Kelantan, he said. Tan Sri Muhyiddin said the late Datuk Nur Zahidi Omar, who was Barisan Assemblyman for 3 terms, had contributed tremendously to Pengkalan Kubur despite limitations as the state was under Pakatan Rakyat. Tan Sri Muhyiddin, who is also Barisan Elections Director, was here to help the coalition's candidate Mat Razi Mat Ali campaign for the September 25th by-election. Yang di-Pertuan Agong Tuanku Abdul Halim Wad Zamshah, after being consented to by the Conference of Rulers, has set 24th September as the date for sighting moon. A statement from the Office of the Keeper of the Ruler's Seal yesterday said the Conference of Rulers agreed that the method of determining Aidil Adha is based on sighting and calculation. The locations for sighting of the moon are Pontian Kecil, Kompleks Falak, Al-Khawarizmi, Kampung Balik Batu, Tanjung Bidara, Teluk Kemang, Port Dickson, Bukit Melawati, Kuala Selangor, Bukit Jugra, Banting, Kuala Langat, Balai Cherap, Selangor and Sabak Bernam. The entry of a consortium led by Dubai-based Emirates National Oil Company could help to revive the construction work on the 1.3 billion ringgit Asia Petroleum Hub in Johor. ENOC and its Malaysian partners signed an agreement last week to acquire CIMB rights to the project that was designed to handle 30 million tonnes of petroleum products and can accommodate up to 3,000 vessels a year. Asia Petroleum Hub Sdn Bhd was set up in 2005 to undertake the development and operation of an integrated oil terminal facility on a 40.4 hectare reclaimed island at Tanjung Bin off the port of Tanjung Pelepas, Johor. CIMB is the sole secured lender for APH, and in 2011, CIMB was appointed receivers and managers over it. Moving on to international news. Buildings in Tokyo shook on Tuesday as a strong quake hit Japan, reports said, but there was no immediate risk of a tsunami and no damage was reported. Seismologists said the epicenter was around 44 kilometers north-northeast of the Japanese capital and was located around 50 kilometers below the surface. The US Geological Survey said the quake had a magnitude of 5.6. Their Japanese counterpart said there was no danger of a tsunami from the tremor, the effects of which could be felt in buildings for more than a minute after the initial shaking began. The operator of the Fukushima nuclear plant said that there was no abnormality at the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant following the earthquake. The Japan Atomic Power Company said the Tokai No. 2 power station, which was nearest to the epicenter of the quake, showed no signs of any problems. An official at the Ibaraki prefectural government said checks were ongoing, but that so far there appeared to be nothing amiss in the wider area. The National Environment Agency said to expect occasional slight haze on Monday night, September 15. As of 6 p.m., the 3-hour pollutant standard index reading stood at 64, according to the NEA website. This is in the moderate band and down from a high of 113 at 6 a.m. on Monday. However, the 24-hour PSI reading for western parts of Singapore was still in the unhealthy range of over 100. NEA said to expect slightly hazy conditions on Tuesday, with prevailing winds forecast to blow from the southeast or southwest. NEA stated that overall air quality for the next 24 hours is expected to fluctuate between the high end of the moderate range and the low end of the unhealthy range. Thousands of people living near the Philippines' most active volcano began leaving their homes as lava trickled down its slopes and authorities warn of a dangerous eruption. Mayon, a volcano famed in equal parts for its near-perfect cone and brutal volatility, had begun to stir again, with magma rising to the top and small earthquakes rattling deep inside, authorities said. Residents within an 8-kilometer radius will be forcibly evacuated, said Regional Civil Defense Director Bernardo Alejandro. He said authorities expect to evacuate almost all of the 50,000 people in the danger zone, a picturesque coconut farming area near the Pacific coast, within 3 days. A powerful typhoon slammed into China's Hainan Island after sweeping past Hong Kong, where it disrupted flights and forced the closure of the stock market and container ports. Typhoon Kalmegi buffeted Hong Kong with gusts of up to 159 km per hour as it barreled west, injuring some 29 people, felling scores of trees and causing floods and a landslide. The Hong Kong Observatory hoisted the number 8 cyclone warning, the third in a 5-tier system, late Monday, triggering the closure of schools and businesses. The warning was lowered to a number 3 strong wind signal late yesterday morning, allowing the stock market to reopen. In Hainan, more than 90,000 people were evacuated from the east coast of the island as local governments were told to prepare for disaster relief operations, the official Xinhua news agency said. China's Southern Airlines said it would cancel all flights to and from the provincial capital Haikou, while ferry services and trains to the mainland across the 30-kilometer Gyeongju Strait were also suspended. Liverpool got their Champions League campaign off to a winning start, with Steven Gerrard's late penalty earning the Reds all 3 points. Danny Abaulo's last gasp strike had seemingly earned Ludogorets a draw in what was an incredible end to proceedings. Steven Gerrard's stoppage time penalty ensured Liverpool marked their return to Champions League football with a victory over Bulgarian champions Ludogorets Razgrad. Final score: Liverpool 2, Ludogorets Razgrad 1. Tiger Woods is healthy enough to practice chipping and putting, and he expects to return to the PGA Tour this summer, according to ESPN.com. Woods has been sidelined since having surgery to repair a pinched nerve in his back on March 31st and missed the Masters for the first time in 20 years. However, Woods' recovery is on schedule and he could be back before the end of the 2014 major season, according to his agent Mark Steinberg. The next major championship in the US Open, which begins June 12th at Pinehurst in North Carolina, the British Open starts July 17 at Royal Liverpool, and the PGA Championship kicks off at Kentucky's Valhalla on August 7th. Prior to his back injury, the 2014 major season was seen as favourable for Woods, who has won majors at Royal Liverpool and Valhalla and finished runner-up at the 2005 US Open at Pinehurst. Another key summer event for Woods is the Quicken Loans National at Congressional on June 26th, which raises money for the Tiger Woods Foundation. All-rounder Shahid Afridi has been reappointed as Pakistan's 20 captain 3 years after he was sacked from the role. Afridi, 34, led Pakistan to the semi-finals of the World 20 in 2010. He was removed from the post in 2011 after falling out with the coach Waqar Younis and the country's cricket board. He will lead the team with immediate effect, replacing Mohammad Hafiz, who resigned in April following the team's exit from the World T20 in Bangladesh. The awards represent a significant shift for NASA, which has long owned and operated its own rockets. Instead of going to space on government-owned vehicles, NASA's astronauts would essentially rent space on ships provided by Boeing and SpaceX. And the price tag? Boeing's contract is worth up to $4.2 billion and SpaceX valued at $2.6 billion. That's all, folks, for today. Before we leave, let's take a look at the video. See you again tomorrow. I'm Rajinder Hans, signing off for tvsarawak.com.